It was a promise he made on the campaign trail.
Your state is going to control your children's education.
Now, President Trump's plan for the Department of Education, tested and passed through the Supreme Court, can be put into action. States already administer their schools' curriculum and, along with local governments, are responsible for most of the funding in public schools. The federal Department of Education oversees billions of dollars that largely go to students in low-income communities and those with disabilities. It also enforces civil rights laws within school systems. And within the department itself, the layoffs of more than 1,000 workers paused by a lower court are now able to proceed. The emergency Supreme Court decision gave no majority opinion, but Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote a dissent backed by the court's two other liberal justices. In it, she argues the unconstitutionality of letting the president decide the fate of a department created by Congress, writing, "The majority is either willfully blind to the implications of its ruling or naive, but either way, the threat to our Constitution's separation of powers is grave." Education advocates warn the cuts will leave vulnerable students without critical services, from special education to financial aid. The administration has suggested some of the DOE's core functions, like federal student loans, could be taken over by other agencies, like the Treasury Department. Education Secretary Linda McMahon celebrating the Supreme Court's decision.
I'm just incredibly pleased that the authority was reinstated where it should be. This lifts the handcuffs off of what we've been trying to do.
There you go. So a little fun fact, I was in D.C. not that long ago, and I was staying in a hotel directly across from the education department. And it's a sad building to look at. And in the morning, on a normal workday, there were so many office building, like, offices that were just black. Just lights were off, no one's home. It kind of summarizes, I think, what the whole education department really is. Except the lights are off, not on.
Literally,
but still, no one's home.
No one's home.
So it's good that this is actually going through.
Yeah, and just a dose of reality. The word dismantle, I understand it. Maybe people smarter than me chose that for effect. But from what I understand, it's almost impossible to dismantle the whole department or in education, but to restructure it is a completely different thing, and to put money where it's needed and take money and save money where you can. There's a lot of things they're doing here. It's not just about wiping it out completely, because that's the idea. Some maybe conservatives that are maybe not aware of how this thing works. So it's not going to be dismantled, but I understand that's the effect they're trying to have, because it's been this poison, this cancer on young children for generations now, the education system. So yes, you've got to start somewhere. So I applaud what they're doing, and I hope they can make more progress.
And it is important, like you said, to distinguish really what they mean by this. It has been bloated and bloated and bloated and bloated. At some point, you get so bloated that you look at yourself in the mirror and say, whoa, I need to go on a diet. It's not working. And what needs to happen is it needs to come back to only handle the core functions that it is able to handle and is the only appropriate department maybe to handle, which is, what is it that they really do that I guess the state and locals couldn't do? Because as Linda McMahon said, and I'm going to reinforce this, it said it in the news package, but she said that closing the department doesn't mean cutting off funds from those who depend on them. We will continue to support K-12 students with special needs, college student borrowers, and others who rely on essential programs. Do you remember when banks used to handle loans for, like if you were going off to college and that, and then all of a sudden, we decided, it's during the Obama administration. Let's just give that power away. And so then everyone was taking out loans, and now look where we are. So when we talk about who is best able to handle certain situations, it's not the education department or Department of Education. It's not them, just so you know. So hopefully something good comes of this. More control back to the states and to local municipalities, because guess what?
Novel idea.
Those people actually understand who your students are a lot better than any bureaucrat in D.C.